Good Wednesday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I am the host, your meteorologist of South Carolina Weather, Joseph Peterson, and let's go ahead and start off with the weather for your Wednesday. Now, looking at the radar right now, as you can see, most of it is pretty much gone from the upstate. The upstate, y'all are all clear. You may have a couple more showers go through the Columbia region, trying to move eastward towards Camden, Bishopville, Hartsville, Dillon. But if you're from Sumter all the way down to Orangeburg, I mean, you're nowhere near done just yet. And I do think that a second round could definitely be coming soon. Um, this first round right here is really just rain, but more storms will fire around 10, 11 a.m. And I think those storms will definitely have a chance to produce some damaging winds and potentially some isolated brief tornadoes. But we'll wait and see what happens later. But as of now, mainly just a whole bunch of rain for the coast, the low country, and the PD regions of South Carolina. Going on ahead and talking about what's going on around the entire United States, I'm going ahead and switch over to the MRMS. Obviously, you can see the tornado watch down there for us. Um, yeah, I probably should have said something about that, but yes, there is a little tornado watch that is issued for parts of South Carolina. So especially if you're in the tornado watch, you definitely need to be paying attention. But here it is. Here's the entire United States right here. Here goes this severe weather and heavy rain going through South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. More rain going through North Carolina. The mid-Atlantic is also getting some action with even some snow on the backside. Remember the snow that was supposed to be forecasted for Chicago? We've been talking about that for like a couple of days now. It's finally starting to get to Chicago. Right now it's only rain, but that will soon change. Same thing up here with the snow. Up here in Canada, Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan. And then we also do have some heavy rain going through not only Canada, but down through New York and most of New England as well. We also do have some scattered precipitation for when it comes to rain, snow, and ice up there inside the Pacific Northwest. Other than that, I do see some showers also over here near Oklahoma and Missouri. Tennessee is getting some action. Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama is getting some as well. So we're just pretty much mostly everybody's getting some action right now. But we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens with all of that. Here's our cloud cover for today already. You can see that majority, especially if you're at the coastline, pretty much the low country from Florence, pretty much Columbia all the way down to the coast. I mean, you can see just a huge blanket of cloud cover overall of pretty much from the coast all the way up to Columbia. And then when you go to Columbia up there to the upstate, it starts to thin out a little bit, even some clearing spots as well. So, I mean, those heavy cloud blankets will be over, maybe limiting the potential for some severe weather. Because if you don't know, the more cloud cover you get, the more limited severe weather is. Like before the storm gets into the area, but the more sun there is, the less interference there is for those storms to get going. Here's our temperatures: 64 in Greenville, 68 in Columbia, 68 in Charleston, 68 in Myrtle Beach, 68 in Florence, Sumter, 70 in Savannah, 68 in Augusta. So those are some of our temperatures. If you want to look at another spot, you can go ahead and zoom in now and check it out. Here's our day one maximum temperature: 75 in Columbia, 76 in Sumter, 76 Florence, 72 in Myrtle Beach, 73 in Charleston, 77 in Savannah, 73 in Augusta, and then 67 up there for the upstate. Moving on, max wind gusts get to around 30 miles an hour throughout pretty much, I'm just going to say most of South Carolina, if not all of South Carolina. So all of South Carolina can definitely receive a 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gust going into today. Tonight, when that cold front passes, that will bring a lot of gusty winds to the region, so you will have to watch out for that. Bring any loose objects that you have that may also be outside. Maybe you want to bring them inside as well. Our 24-hour precipitation totals around another tenth of an inch is possible for Columbia, 2/10 possible for Sumter and Florence, another half an inch is possible for Charleston and Savannah, and another 6/10 of an inch is possible for Myrtle Beach. So the coast again is still not done. We'll definitely see some more precipitation later, going into the late morning hours. Here's our day one SPC outlook. We do have a slight risk of severe weather for where that tornado watch is, but also we have a marginal risk. Also, we did get downgraded to a marginal risk. And if you look at the hail threat, no hail threat is expected, so nothing hail wise, but tornado wise, we do have a 2% chance for still most of the coast, even a little 5% down here. And the weirdest thing that I've seen so far is that Myrtle Beach was actually supposed to be the ones with the highest tornado probabilities, but it shifted and kind of flipped, and now down here near Savannah, Beaufort is where we're going to see our highest tornado probabilities, and Myrtle Beach is pretty much going to be the same as everybody else. So, tornado wise, still have that 2% risk of a tornado in the green, a 5% in the brown, and then the wind risk, we have a 5% inside the green and a 15% risk inside the yellow. So, we are still watching for those storms to potentially get going, and we're not done yet. I think that the highest threat for sure, though, is definitely has to be damaging wind, and I actually do want to show I do want to go ahead and show the models and show what they are presenting as of now. So if you go ahead and switch over to scene 2, here we go at around 8 a.m. See all of these storms starting to pop off, and then we have the second round that's gonna try and come in around 11 a.m., 12 p.m. That's gonna fire up again and cause those isolated supercells, even up there in North Carolina as well. And then, so I really think that these storms right here that are going through the tornado watch region are gonna happen around 9 a.m. and then they're gonna push up into mainly like the Charleston region around 11 to 12 p.m. And then by 1 p.m. y'all will be done up there in Myrtle Beach. By around 3 p.m. y'all will be done, and then it will be up in North Carolina. So, I mean, all the rain though in general though, I do think that mainly all the rain will be done by around 8 p.m. tonight. Probably around 7 p.m. tonight actually. And then we'll be completely free of the rain, and we'll be pretty much done. I mean, you can see. I mean, look how kind of just bold this line is going off the coast. You see, it's kind of not really together now, but I mean, look when it leaves. It regroups and starts creating those storms out there inside the Atlantic Ocean. So very interesting things to see. But that's gonna be about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be on alert for those tornadoes and damaging winds, especially near the coast today. We already do have a couple of damage reports as well near the Columbia region, like this one. Richland County EM reported a tree fell on power lines as well. So we're just waiting to see what happens. Damage-wise, I don't know how much damage will happen. We'll see what happens again. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we will be back this evening with another forecast update.